Hello everyone, I'm Raven from Raven Comics, and today we continue the story of DCeased. We start with Alfred, who stands before the bodies of his children, of his son. He's sorry. He regrets not being able to save them. He could do nothing more than shoot Bruce Wayne at the last moment. Bruce had already started turning into an anti-living. We had no time to process. So many died so quickly, there wasn't even time to grieve. There was no other choice. If Alfred wanted to help end this threat, he had to leave. There was nothing left for him in the Batcave or the mansion. We simply had to act to regain control over the chaos, to turn our pain into a counterattack. Alfred left in the Batwing, and while flying over the skies, he took the opportunity to shoot down every undead being below. Meanwhile, we cut to Harley Quinn, who is running at full speed. She's fleeing from the Joker. In the previous chapter, she had confronted him to tell him she wanted nothing more to do with him, but he had already turned. There isn't much Harley can do but run. As she advances, she encounters a man wielding a weapon. This man is already infected. Harley decides to go for the weapon. The Joker finally catches up to Harley. She tells him to stand back. She's serious. She truly doesn't want to hurt him. She just wanted to end this nightmare. Of course, Joker doesn't listen and continues approaching her. He didn't listen when he was alive. He certainly won't now that he's dead. Harley says this has all gone to hell. She's not running anymore. Ivy was right. She has to face her true monster, Mr. J. Harley readies the shotgun she took and fires a devastating blast at Joker's abdomen. Now she realizes he was never good for her. Mr. J has been destroyed, lying on the ground. Harley can't believe it. This is the best thing she's ever done. Just seeing him there, completely wrecked. Years of smiling abuse reduced instantly to a psychotherapeutic pile. It's amazing. Harley is about to leave when suddenly her path is blocked. The birds of prey, turned into zombies, have arrived and are ready to attack. Harley asks if this is for real. She truly doesn't want to harm her friends, but if they plan to hurt her, they won't succeed. She'll be the one hunting these birds. Elsewhere, we're with Damian Wayne, mourning his father. John approaches him and says he's sorry, but Robin says he doesn't want to talk about it. John understands. He just offers to sit next to him. He simply doesn't want Damian to be alone. Nearby, Lois asks her husband if he's listening. Clark says he is. Oliver, also present, asks if the boy will be okay. Superman says Damian is Batman's son. He'll find a way to bury his grief and move forward. Although Damian is strong, he has just lost his father. Remembering this, Superman realizes he needs to go home. He doesn't know what happened to his parents. Before leaving, Superman decides to secure the building. Lois reminds him they need communication. They must seize the Daily Planet's radio system to establish contact. Superman uses his X-ray vision. Dinah asks what he's doing. Superman explains he's identifying everyone in the building, who's infected and who's not. Dinah offers to help, but Superman declines. He'll handle this personally. Later, Superman enters the building and removes the infected. The hardest part about dealing with the infected was disassociating. Infected people couldn't be seen as friends or loved ones anymore. Familiar faces had to be extinguished. It seems Superman has finished the job and returns to the rooftop. The building is secure now. Still, it would be safer if everyone moved to Smallville. Lois reminds him that they are needed here. Superman is about to leave when John asks if he'll come back. Superman promises he will. There was too much anxiety. Promises made little sense with so much uncertainty. Before departing, Superman asks Ollie and Dinah to keep his family safe. Dinah reassures him they will. Meanwhile, deep under the sea in Atlantis, Garth and Mara are training. Things aren't going so well. Garth insists he's concentrating, but what Mara is asking is too much. She tells him he can push against the tides, and if he truly can't, maybe he should reconsider the name Tempest. Maybe something like Mild Weather Event instead. Suddenly, it starts getting darker, but not because of the sun. The water itself is darkening. We had no idea what we were about to face. We lived among gods, relying too much on the power of heroes. And now, the revelation. The water was full of blood. Aquaman was slaughtering everyone in his path. We couldn't understand how the power had turned against us. Mara realizes the figure above is Arthur. Garth tries to return, but Mara warns him to stay away from the blood. It's already infecting him. For Garth, it's too late. He's become anti-living. Only Mara survives, facing a swarm of undead Atlanteans. Fortunately, she's strong enough to fight them off. No one is taking her, no one. After attacking them, she manages to escape. Back to Superman. Despite all his strength, he couldn't ignore the people who still needed him. As the first apocalypse dawn broke, Superman was needed everywhere. He kept helping as many as he could. Along the way, he found Black Lightning. Jefferson was fighting Clayface, who had been infected. Superman uses his heat vision to end Clayface. He asks if everyone is alright. Black Lightning thanks him. Superman tells them to head to the Daily Planet. He'll meet them there. Where is Superman headed? He says he's going home. Later, Superman arrives in Smallville, where he finds his mother. Clark asks where his father is. Martha tells him Jonathan is inside. She had to strike him down. Superman enters and sees the basement door shaking violently. Breaking the lock, he opens it to find Jonathan Kent, now anti-living, trying to attack him. Superman steps aside, suffering terribly. He had another place he needed to be. Faster than a bullet, but still too late. He traps his father inside and seals it with his heat vision. He returns to Martha. It's time to leave. Martha protests. This is their home. Jonathan is still inside. Clark sadly tells her, "That's not your husband anymore." Elsewhere in Washington, D.C., there's an old saying, "When you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail." The city is a disaster. Amanda Waller asks the captain if there's any word. No contact, still no sign of Ray Palmer, who remains inside the monster. The captain says they have a protocol for this, Plague Protocol B. Palmer had shrunk to study the virus up close. If he could observe the building blocks, he might destabilize them. It's time for Captain Atom to move. The satellite imagery isolates the most affected areas. Through a closed channel, Amanda orders Captain Atom to begin purging the infection. Amanda apologizes. With a hammer in hand, they didn't have a nail, they had an undead apocalypse. And the military had a living atomic fire. This was never going to end well. Captain Atom tries to control the situation, but something feels wrong. He's supposed to be impermeable. But the last surviving scientist at Cadmus had a theory. Ray Palmer might have been infected, and the virus used him to infect Captain Atom. A microscopic man had seized the heart of a living weapon. And that's how it began. The anti-life equation now controlled one of humanity's greatest hammers. Meanwhile, back in Metropolis, Superman brings his mother. Jonathan asks about his grandfather. Superman says nothing. They hug. Lois tells Clark they're ready to broadcast across all analog radio and television channels. Superman says he can't stay. People still need him. Green Lantern Black Canary tells him no. Oliver agrees. Restraining him is purely symbolic. Superman could walk through it, but they must stop him. If the anti-living find him, Superman could become an even bigger threat. Superman assures them that won't happen. He's been using his X-ray vision non-stop. They appreciate the concern, but he's needed out there. Time is short. Robin says they must find a way to buy more time. Dinah agrees. That's the answer. And she'll go with Superman. Later, Lois broadcasts. We called as far as we could. This is Lois Lane of the Daily Planet in Metropolis. I know the world seems like a nightmare. If you can hear me, know that you're not alone. We are regrouping. The Justice League is assembling in Metropolis. This is a call to friends, heroes, and villains alike. Anyone with the power or means to fight this must come to the rooftop of the Daily Planet. It's safe here. The message spreads worldwide. In Themyscira, Queen Mara stands before Queen Hippolyta. Mara explains her city is gone, her people gone, Arthur gone. She had nowhere else to turn. Hippolyta welcomes her. Together, they must gather forces. What about Wonder Woman? Diana says she will go to Metropolis. We're preparing to fight a nightmare. When powerful people heard the call, Superman and Black Canary sought more time. There were still heroes missing, like Barry and Wally. Superman uses his X-ray vision to find them. Here they are, Barry and Wally. Surprise, it's the other Wally. Superman finds Barry, but Barry says they can't leave. Batman had contacted them when he realized what was happening. They had to hide. It wasn't heroic, but if either of them were infected, it would be catastrophic. Dinah sees it. Barry is still human. Barry asks why she's a Green Lantern now. What happened to Hal Jordan? Meanwhile, in Gotham City. In the previous chapter, Harley had encountered the zombified birds of prey. She didn't want to hurt her friends, but they had been infected. Harley opened fire, forcing them back. Just when it seemed Harley would fall, A plant bursts from the ground. It's poison ivy, stopping the zombies effortlessly. Harley says it was romantic. Ivy jokes, is crushing undead romantic? Maybe saving a life is romantic. Crushing the dead is just a bonus. Time to leave. Where to? The answer is simple. The green will protect them. Back at the Daily Planet rooftop, Lois is still broadcasting. Superboy asks if they can hear that. Damien asks what? John says it sounds like thunder. Oliver says it sounds like imminent death. He's got a good ear for that. Superboy sees it. Something massive is approaching. How massive? Well, it's Giganta, now an enormous zombie. Everyone prepares for battle. They must keep Giganta away from the building. As Giganta attacks, a Batwing aircraft swoops in. Robin can't believe it. He knows who it is. Things get worse when Giganta grabs the Batwing. Inside is someone very special to Robin. Before Giganta crushes it, Green Lantern uses her ring to save the Batwing. Superman knocks Giganta down with a single punch. Wonder Woman joins the battlefield. She asks Superman to move. She must finish Giganta. Before she strikes, Superman stops her. Diana asks if he's serious. Giganta is undead. She won't stay down for long. Superman insists. Batman said she might still be alive. They can't just kill her. Well, it turns out they can. Cyborg blasts Giganta's head apart. Superman asks what Cyborg did. Victor says, she wasn't alive. None of them are. We need to talk. Elsewhere, Dinah lands the Batwing. Inside is Alfred. Robin had hoped it was his father. Alfred apologizes. He has something to give Damian. Batman said he deserved it and was proud of him. Batman had always been proud of his son. Meanwhile, Black Lightning explains they have a temporary solution. Special contact lenses to blur Wally's vision, preventing him from seeing screens and getting infected. It might cause headaches, but it's better than zombification. Cyborg corrects them. They're not zombies. They are an extension of the anti-life equation. They will seek life and destroy it. They cannot stay here. They'll attract more. Suddenly, someone is approaching. It's Hawkgirl, Kendra. Diana catches her. Kendra had heard the call, but something happened. Captain Atom had turned. He's going to explode. Where? Back in Washington, D.C. The anti-life equation controlled an atomic fireman. But we had a warrior goddess and a man of steel. They carried Captain Atom up, far, far away. And then came the most devastating explosion ever unleashed. Washington vanished instantly. Baltimore collapsed. Finally, the last nail, Metropolis. The atomic explosion was massive. It seems like it's all over for those in the Daily Planet. Black Lightning tells his daughters to close their eyes. Hold on tight. Everything turns white. And thus, the hammer fell. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.